Holy shnikes, guys. Can you all believe that we are not only on a brand new year, but we are halfway through this decade already. We're halfway through the 2020s decade already. But yes, guys, 2025 has officially opened its doors, and with that said, I just want to say Happy New Year, guys. I hope you had a great and a safe day, whether it was spending time with your family, friends, or by yourself. I just want to wish you all a Happy New Year. I hope you stick to your New Year's resolutions. I hope you guys challenge yourselves this year, and I hope we all have a great year, and I hope that 2025 treats us a whole lot better than 2024 did. By the way, before I continue on, just to let you all know, there will not be any horror films on this list, as I will be doing a separate top 5 for most anticipated horror films of this year, so look out for that this Sunday. I'll be out at, I believe I said 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. With a brand new year comes a shitload of brand new films, and I'm here to talk about the films, my top 5 specifically, the films that I am so freaking excited about, the films that I will not trip about. Before I continue on with today's video, I just wanted to say welcome to my channel, everybody. For those of you who are coming by my channel for the very first time, be sure to hit the subscribe button to them as a feature video. It's a feature review, a reaction, a top 5, top 10, whatever I've coming your way, and join me on my journey to 10K subscribers and beyond, because believe me when I say this, guys, you are not going to miss the cool stuff I have coming your way. And for those of you who are coming back to my channel, by the way, welcome back, everybody. You have no idea how happy to see your faces once again. And let us start our conversation below as well. What are the films that you're looking forward to the most in 2025? Let me know below. There are so many films I'm looking forward to this year, and I mean loads of films looking forward to this year, but these specific movies I am really hyped about. But the films that didn't quite make it on my top 5, these movies, honorable mentions are Nobody 2, Wake Up Dead Man, which is the third film of the Knives Out movies, Thunderbolts, the one that people might be shocked is not my top 5, and that is Fantastic Four: The First Steps. Let's get into my top 5 most anticipated movies of 2025, starting with, well, number 5. Let's get it on. Number 5. Kicking it off at my number 5 spot, I have The Life of Chuck, which happens to be Mike Flanagan's newest movie. Mike Flanagan is one of my favorite filmmakers working today, especially when it comes to horror films. But remember when I said I have a top 5 most anticipated horror films? They're coming out this Sunday. This movie is not a horror film. This is actually Mike Flanagan's first time directing a feature-length, I believe this is a science fiction drama. I have heard nothing, and I mean I have heard nothing but great things when it comes to The Life of Chuck. This debuted, I believe, at TIFF last year, if I'm not mistaken. It's coming out this summer. To say that I'm excited for this movie, and to say that I'm really hyped to see Mike Flanagan tackling on something that's outside of the horror genre, and knowing the cast this movie has, I mean, again, guys, it's a Mike Flanagan movie. How would I not be lined up day one to see this movie? I'm so excited for this movie, to say the least, guys. Number 4. At my number 4 spot, I have Bong Joon-ho's latest film, and that is Mickey 17. I absolutely loved Parasite. I loved Snowpiercer, so knowing the content this movie is doing, and knowing that Bong Joon-ho is going back to the science fiction genre, knowing that it's Robert Pattinson, who has 2 different characters that he's playing as, I mean, Robert Pattinson has become one of the best actors working today, and I am so happy he has broken out of the Twilight Boy mold, because now look at him. Mickey 17 just looks like it's gonna be absolutely batshit crazy. I absolutely love the approach this movie has going for it as a dark comedy, science fiction, action drama film. Robert Pattinson, Stephen Yeun, Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette. I mean, this movie could be one of the most fun times of the year, and knowing this movie is coming out in IMAX, yeah. This is one of those movies that I am just going to seek it out on the biggest screen possible, and I am just hoping this movie is going to be as crazy and as insane as it looks from the trailers. I am so excited for this movie. Bringing on Bong Joon-ho, I can't wait to see your insane genius come alive to the big screen once again. At my number 3 spot, I have Michael, which is the Michael Jackson biopic. Michael Jackson is one of, if not, the greatest entertainer of all time. I mean, what this man has done for not only music, but his entertainment in general, there is no real description or any sentence I can use to describe the footprint and the impact this man has made on music, pop culture, and entertainment. There's just no way to describe the footprint and the impact that this man left. Anton Fuqua is directing this movie, and if you ask me, Anton Fuqua is one of those filmmakers that I think is a very underrated director. This man has done great stuff, and especially when it comes to his visual style, I think he is such a great fit to tell a biopic about Michael freaking Jackson, the king of pop. One thing that I'm especially curious about is how they're going to tackle on telling the story and love of Michael Jackson, especially knowing I've heard they're going to tackle on that time of his life. That part I'm very curious about, and not to mention as well, I believe also that Jafar Jackson, Michael Jackson's nephew, if I'm not mistaken, is portraying Michael Jackson, so I can only imagine the pressure that he is under, but from what I have heard, they showed footage at CinemaCon just last year, and every impression I heard was nothing short of excellent. I have confidence that they might possibly deliver one of the greatest biopics of all time. I have hope in this one. I'm really excited for this one. Number 2. I can already hear the theme song in my head, so that should give you a clear indication that I am really excited for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. The Mission Impossible film franchise is easily, without a doubt, one of the greatest action franchises of all time. I mean, besides the second film, to which we will not talk about, each Mission Impossible film has either been very, very good or great, but honest to God here, guys, ever since Mission Impossible 3, these films have only gotten better and better and better. This movie does have the potential to be even better than Mission Impossible Fallout, just from that teaser alone. Tom Cruise is how old? He's either 59 or 60, and he's doing this stunt right here? Good flarking God, man! They're billing this movie not only as a final film, but the fact, and I keep hearing, that Tom Cruise wanted to continue this movies apparently until he's 80. Tom, you're how old now? To say that I'm excited to accept the mission once again, cannot wait for this movie. Bring it on. It's number 1. I haven't stopped talking about this movie and how hyped I am for this movie ever since it was announced. I believe it was in, 2023 to say the least. To say I'm excited for, well, my number 1, which is, I mean, come on. If you didn't know that I was insanely hyped, I mean, my anticipation for Superman has skyrocketed ever since this movie was announced. James Gunn is the reason why that I have full confidence in this movie. Look at what he did for Guardians. Look at what he did for the Suicide Squad. What this man has done not only for DC already, but also for Marvel as well. If that doesn't show anybody the potential of what this man is going to do for DC, I know I'm going to say. Am I a little worried for Superman? Yes. Especially knowing that there's a bunch of supporting characters like the Justice League characters, yes. I am a little worried this movie might be a little overstuffed. But honest to God, guys, those concerns are very, very minimal because I know that James Gunn has really the potential and he has the talent to bring us something that we haven't seen before. I cannot wait to see what David Corenswet does as Superman Clark Kent. I am so excited to see how Rachel Brosnahan does as Lois Lane. I am insanely hyped to see how Nicholas Hoult does as Lex Luthor, and the entire cast. I mean, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Isabel Merced as Hawkgirl, I believe Ed Kathecki, I think that's his name, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering it, as Mr. Terrific, not to mention as well Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr. This really looks like it's going to be not only a big Superman film, but it's a massive superhero epic. And once again, knowing that James Gunn is behind all of this, and what I keep hearing, the script is incredible, I can't wait to see what Gunn and what everybody else with this movie has in store for us. I'm ready to fly up and away. let's do this. And that, guys, is gonna wrap it up for my top 5 most anticipated movies of 2025. Let me know below once again, what are your most anticipated movies of 2025 along with your honorable mentions. I hope you enjoyed my top 5 most anticipated movies of 2025. If so, please hit the like button, or if you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. If you guys want to see my previous 2 videos, please click right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I will see you all next time.